Well, thank you all for joining me. I'm really excited to be here, and I appreciate you offering your time. Well, we were talking about in our staff meeting, we were talking about the need to really build effective teams. And so what I'd like to do is I'd like to take some time to work on this in practical ways that we might be able to build teams. So the question that we're going to be focusing on for the next hour and a half is, what are practical ways to build effective teams? And the way that we're going to go about this is I've got this neat process that I just learned, the technology of participation. And it's a process where it allows us to brainstorm. It allows us to come together and work in small teams and share our ideas and build our ideas. And then it allows us to take those ideas and present them to the group and on this nice sticky wall here. And then it allows us to move these ideas around in different ways and come up with new relationships, identify new relationships, and then come to consensus on this question: what are practical ways to build effective teams? Does that sound like a good way to invest our time here today? Okay, fantastic. So I'd like to start off with a quick question, go around the room, kind of a warm-up exercise. And what I'd like to do is just have you identify a team that you have been on in the past. Like, one team that is just very dear to my heart is that I was on the varsity water polo team at UC Davis when I was in college. And those days are just treasured for me. So, what's that? Go Aggies. Yeah. So, Heidi, could you name a team that you've been on in the past?
Property database development team.
Okay, thank you.
Competitive shooting teams.
Thank you. No? Okay.
The Y2K, the world's gonna end team.
Okay.
I remember that.
You still remember that?
Okay.
Girl Scouts.
Oh, Girl Scouts. Okay, great.
Competitive swimming.
Competitive swimming. Okay.
Softball team.
Softball.
Played Little Day baseball. First time I did on an airplane.
Okay.
Brownies.
Brownies. Okay.
Youth Little League.
Okay.
Softball.
Softball. Okay.
Trivia.
Trivia. Okay.
Gosh, soccer in high school.
Okay.
Track.
Track. Okay, fantastic. So what are some other teams? We had a lot of kind of sports examples and professional examples, but what are some maybe other personal teams that we may have been on? What about like family, right? So we all at some level have participated on teams, whether it's a sports team or a professional team or church teams. Yeah, exactly. So volunteers, exactly. So it's not just it's not just sports, it's not just professional, it's not just necessarily organized, but there's a lot of informal teams as well. So I think that if you think back to your interaction with folks, that you've probably been on quite a few teams, above and beyond the ones that normally come to the top of our mind while we're playing. So think about a team that you were on, and what are some of the frustrations that happen when we're on a team? What are some frustrations?
People not pulling their share of the weight.
People not, okay?
That's a good one. That's the first thing that came to mind, that frustration when there's always the same person sort of putting in 180%, and then there's that other person that's barely putting in 10.
Okay. Okay. Other frustrations we've experienced in our participation on teams.
The team had other duties, and so this was an added on. And so in addition to that, it wasn't really all the deliverables or final objectives were still a little vague. So just too many things to deal with at the beginning.
Okay. Okay. All right. Other frustrations? Yes.
People not being very clear about their roles and what their expectations are.
Okay. Great. Great. Others?
Minimum requirements to join, especially in academia.
Okay. Okay. Other frustrations?
Communication.
Communication? Okay. Others?
Hidden agendas.
Hidden agendas. Okay, we've all seen that, right? Okay.
Hidden
Other?
agendas that are demonstrated in a passive-aggressive way for the team members.
Okay, passive aggressiveness. Okay. All right. So let's not get stuck on the negative. Let's move to some of the positive. What about being on the teams have you found exhilarating?
People bring their strengths, and everybody has a different strength.
Okay. People bring their strengths. Other things that you found exhilarating on teams.
Discussions of ideas.
Okay. Discussions of ideas.
For Girl Scouts, we had just all volunteer leaders, just group moms.
Uh-huh.
They make camp happen every year. They throw a Girl Scout camp. And it's amazing.
It's amazing what can be accomplished. Yeah.
That positive synergy from the different perspectives and strengths and skills.
Okay.
When it gels.
Okay. The positive synergy. Fantastic.
You get to know people better.
Get to know people better.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Other things that we found exhilarating being on teams. Maybe somebody who hasn't shared.
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie. Okay. All right. So, what are some, I want to think about now the things that teams accomplish, like the camp. Okay? So, what are some characteristics of teamwork? Not characteristics of the team themselves, but what are characteristics of the work that they do?
It's usually broken up.
Broken up, okay?
And another way of saying that is it's too big for one person.
Too big for one person, okay?
The dividing up and prioritizing the task and the sorting it out to the different members.
Okay?
So delegation.
Delegation, okay? Okay, characteristics of the teamwork.
It requires effective communications.
Okay, requires effective communication. Okay, so we're kind of getting a little bit into the next question, and so I'll just go there since we're going there naturally. What are characteristics of let's see, what are characteristics of effective teamwork?
You
What are-
maximize the impact.
Excuse me?
You maximize the impact.
Okay, you maximize the impact. Other characteristics of effective.
There's an ongoing sort of communication style where there's a regular check-ins for the big project, and then the ongoing communications that as people contribute their individual parts to it.
Okay.
Bill, can you restate the question?
Yes, effective or what are characteristics of effective teamwork?
I think a good communication, collaboration, and support.
Communication.
Everyone supports everyone else.
Okay. Yes, Vicki.
Relationships are built and maintained and trust.
Okay. Relationships and trust. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Other characteristics.
I think that there has to be buy-in by the team members so that they pick the parts that they are attracted to.
Okay.
Their tasks are associated with their strengths.
Okay. Their tasks are associated with their strengths and buy-in. Yes. Yes, sir.
For families, we have a better bonding and it becomes stronger and stronger.
Okay. Okay. Better bond. Yes.
I think the workload is shared, and because the workload is shared, everybody feels like they have a participatory level, and so the gratification at the end is higher because everybody has worked towards the same goals.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Characteristics of effective teamwork.
There are successes which can be appreciated along the way.
Okay. Successes which can be appreciated and celebrations and all of that. Okay.
Trust and mutual support.
Trust and mutual support. Okay, Vicki?
And it's probably more likely to have more successes to share in.
Okay,
because
more
there's
success.
More people
Yes.
working together to accomplish goals.
Yes. Okay. Fantastic. Yes. Okay. Other characteristics. Okay. So now let's ask this question. Give me some examples. What is a practical way to build effective teams? Who has an example?
Well, the extreme example, like the SEALs, they start from nothing, and the ones who make it, then they've done weeks and weeks of all these things together, and
Right.
even have weekend bondings besides the training.
Right. Excellent example. Okay. What's another example of a practical way to build effective team?
I think bring in a variety of people, have some diversity on the team.
Okay. Have diversity. Okay. Another practical way. An example.
I think that in the beginning, you have to focus on relationship building before the work can get done.
Okay. One more example.
I'm thinking really practical, and I'll go back to use Outlook calendar.
Use Outlook calendar. Okay. Okay. So those are excellent examples. That's exactly what we're looking for. So what I'd like you to do right now is I'd like you to take out a half sheet of paper, or just take out a sheet of paper or something that you can make a list on. And for the next 10 or so minutes, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to brainstorm a list of answers to this question. What are practical ways to build effective teams? So just 10 responses to this question.